fucking helicopter come from? Oh, was that what we heard right at the beginning in the stairwell? Right, if I had to go up this way instead. Oh, we're on the other side of the... It's a sensible place to put a switch. Oh great. I do not like this. Bad things are happening. The room's filling up with green gunk. Oh, there's a secret there. Goody. Is it? Yeah. Why would you do all this for a secret? It doesn't mean anything. Oh, but we're actually finding this little corner, so the game isn't completely cheap. Oh, and actually our air is back to... Why are these thingies on? Oh, there's a switch there, switch there, switch there, switch there, switch there. Has there been a switch there in all of them? I wouldn't know because you can't see anything in this pissing game. Did that maybe open that up? No. Yes, thank you game. I know, I know, I know. Oh. Jesus Christ. Right, so we ran down into that corridor, we flipped a switch, that turned on a lot of green gunk, but we have to traverse all that to flip a switch. We can't see what the switch actually does, but it does something. So we go down here, flip this, now it's back, round, and down here, and then all this fun begins. Definitely not a switch there. But that's that there. Let's duck down here and grab the secret just because our air is okay in this little section right here. That's actually not the first one I've picked up in this level, is it? No, two. Right, I'm going to save right there. And there's the guy who's going to come out when we come back outside, so let's just make sure that the gun... Do you know, I'm... No. I'm cool with sniper mode actually because it does seem to be working for me. So it's not this door here, is it? No, it's not. It's just back the way we came. Why is my crosshair going all... My crosshair was going all over the place. What the shitting shaggery buggery wankeriness was that all about? Is it because she's been poisoned? Is that the problem? Right, so up and back round. Through here. Maybe it is because the crosshair was okay just a moment ago. And okay, well I have no more bullets. Oh, there is that as well. There's a switch there. But I have no more... I have no bullets, I have no health, and my health is... Right, so that turns off something here, but it doesn't open that door. Oh, stuff's going on in that other room now. But the lighting is just so bad. And that won't open now, so that guy's... And that won't open. No, I guess not. No. So I don't see what I'm meant to... Unless I am actually meant to flip it again. No, that switches the rooms. But will that door open? I don't understand this. I wonder if I could just... Maybe I could just jump over to those... Because I'm honestly not seeing what I'm meant to do down there. So I wonder if I just instead go... The hell is that? Is that... Oh. Okay. Cool. Yeah, because that helicopter would shoot. So maybe if I can just jump. Wait a minute, what's my health at? Right, okay. Right, let's try. Oh, haha. Oh, bugger. Oh, bugger me. Oh, bugger me. Oh, there's a health pack. That was just a... Oh, fuck me. Oh, I thought that was just a bit that... I was getting my jumps mixed up. I thought maybe that was just a wee jump. Right, okay. But there's definitely... Let's take that out again, because we don't want... Ooh. No, wait a minute, let's just... Let's grab this health pack again. Forward, Lara. Oh shit, can I get... Oh, damn it. Yeah, I think I'm meant to go behind there and like sort of duck down or something. Right, so we've got this little space here. And then we need to basically just go right up here. I thought it just randomly smashed. Right, so what's this we've got here? Hang on a minute, I'm gonna... I don't get... Oh, god damn it. I don't... See, so now we're just back... Oh god, he's following me. Oh fuck, right, okay. Am I meant to... Am I meant to lock him... Fuck. Right, okay, when we flipped the switch and it turned the green stuff off, it turned it on in the other room. Is that little bit upstairs? Right. Okay, so... I'm gonna have to... Yes, that's this room here, isn't it? So I'm gonna have to... Shit, fuck me. Right. Oh! Fuck. Oh! I was inside his head! I'm inside his head! Right, okay. Okay. So that's what Zip meant by too many escorts. Right, okay. Yes, excellent. So he's stuck in there. Right. Right, okay. So he's stuck in there. And then I have to come round here. Round. So here. Right, so there's that one there. Flip that switch. We'll duck down here to get the health back up, or get the air back up anyway. Health, I don't know, should I've only got the one. I don't know. Well, let's pop that just now and see what happens. So, I can't remember what that... It doesn't open that door there, does it? No, it doesn't. We have to go back the way. This isn't where the guys come out, is it? It is. Oh, I killed him by shooting him in the ghoulies. Right, well, at least the air can thingy again. I'm genuinely lost. No, that's the original one. There was a second one. Right, so that was... did I go straight ahead both times? Right, so there... My crosshair's going everywhere. Right, okay, so now we will pop the medipack. Yeah, it's definitely this way. Actually, let's just run right out into here again so that our air... right, okay, so... So we round this way. And there we go, there it is, there it is, there it is, and I can hear him. Yeah. Actually, now that I've sort of figured it out, it is kind of a sneaky little puzzle. It's a little less direct than Lara usually does. It's just, you know, is it the older games just didn't explain things, or is it that newer games hand them to you on a silver platter? Right, I'm assuming that we have to undo this so that we can run back out into... this way, yeah. Round like this. Oh, we have to go down to that bit there. Flip that switch, that open the doors up again, and then... Oh, the thingy, the thingy thing. The other guy dropped half of something. So... yes, because that's where we were just a moment ago. There it is. Oh, and yeah, the room where the two people came down on the ropes, I was expecting one of them to drop something.
No.
Oh, piss right off, Lara. So presumably, yeah, that looks like that's what goes in there. Helipad access key. Now I'm going to come out here, and that sodding helicopter's going to be there. So let's do that. So I'm assuming I can make my way all the way back round to... Oh, Lara, sober the bloody hell up. No wonder your crosshair was all over the place. Can I climb up there? Can't remember what goes up there. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. Oh, actually, that was...
Yeah, girl, you done good. Now get your bony ass out of there. And hey, you stay in touch, yeah? Maybe we're gonna be pen friends.
Bony ass? I doubt it. But I'll be in touch. Clear the area, Yank. I'm coming.
Okay, I take it that says at the end. Oh yes, because it says H helipad and there's ladders. Yeah, so we must be. This must be roof access. Why is it? I the player, am situated with Lara, not with Zip. So why is it that Zip's voice sounded really clear and then Lara's voice sounded like it was coming out of a speaker somewhere, as if I was situated with Zip? I feel like this game didn't always give full thought to a lot of stuff, but anyway, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, and suddenly there's like 3 of them. I mean, where the hell did they come from? I mean, really. See, this is what I'm talking about. She glides to the other... and he's just like, damn, we lost her. Like, you can't just go down to the ground floor, because it'll take you about the same time to both get down to the ground floor. You can't just, like...
May God rest her soul.
Christ, they've had they've had Moonlight Sonata on loop for like 6 hours. this was a disappointing ending because, you know, obviously anybody who saw the ending to Tomb Raider 4, you know, your burning question is, what happened to Lara? And this is whole building up to the idea that we're about to find out, or we're about to find out.
What have you
And
found? Pass it to me. We've found her.
no, you found her backpack, and that was kind of disappointing. Like, what did he even mean by that? They found a body? I mean, which they clearly haven't because she's alive, but it was just a disappointing game. It was like, nah, you're gonna have to wait until 2003 to find out what really happened. And then Angel of Darkness came along, and then we never found out what really happened. You know, that was the biggest disappointment to me. The opening of I don't like what they're doing with the credits there. We don't need them in massive letters in the background as well. But you know, something that actually screams late 90s to me, so oh god, whatever. But the very opening of Angel of Darkness opened up with the image of the was it Set? Or an Egyptian god of some kind. So it's clearly teasing you and saying, you know, like, this is a continuation of the story. What happens in this game is going to tie into what happened in the last Revelation. And it doesn't really. You know, beyond Egypt, Werner, you left me to die, which he didn't. Chronicles goes nowhere. Yeah, like, it doesn't do anything. If they were just making these games now, then what Tomb Raider Chronicles would be a series of expansions, like sort of mini expansion games to tide you over until the next full release. That's basically what Chronicles is. It's not something that adds anything, and honestly, I mean, if you were just to play each of these individually, like, not play Chronicles as a whole, but just play the Rome stuff individually, or just play the Russian stuff individually, you wouldn't really get a very satisfying gaming experience, because it's not, the levels as they are designed are not, they don't have any real purpose to them. They feel like padding, you know, they feel like... Tomb Raider at its best should always feel like a journey, and the first game feels like a journey. It feels like you are constantly progressing forward, you're constantly working your way towards something. And to me, the best Tomb Raiders have always kind of felt like that, like there's always a goal, there's always somewhere you need to go because you need to do something. And this is a game where you just kind of go from point A to point B to point C to point D, but it doesn't really feel like you're achieving very much. You know, it just feels like here are a series of set pieces, and here are a series of places you go, but for really silly, convoluted reasons. It's got some great things going for it as well. I mean, visually it looks fantastic. The soundtrack is wonderful. I mean, the music itself is all just recycled from Last Revelation. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense as to why what, like, the music just doesn't fit in with what we're actually seeing or experiencing, or, you know, some of it just is completely out of place. But the soundscape of the levels is brilliant, and it's actually one of the things I've really appreciated going back in the last couple of years, replaying the core design era games for the Let's Plays I've done so far. But although I haven't recorded a Let's Play for Tomb Raider 3 and The Last Revelation yet, I have gone back and replayed them recently, and what's really impressed me, that stood out, that didn't stand out for me when I was younger, is core design were absolutely fantastic at creating background atmos, you know, of really making you feel like you are in, like when you're in the offshore rig, you know, the sort of the mechanical sort of grinding mechanics in the background, or the Ireland level here in Chronicles with the, you know, like the rain and the birds and sort of weird, creepy, ominous sounds. I mean, like that was definitely the standout for me, was the soundscape in the Ireland levels. But even in this one, there was a few times when it's got the sound of footsteps in the Atmos track, and it creeped me out several times playing this last section. So it's not like this game doesn't do things well, it just doesn't do enough well. And you know, I've heard people, like I've listened to some podcasts over the years where they kind of do a retrospective of Tomb Raider, and pretty much all of them say that they loved the first one, they enjoyed the second one, and then they got bored by the third one because it was just same old. And it's hard not to argue with that, although having replayed The Last Revelation more recently, I've always said that I really liked that game, but even in saying that, I think it was in the Angel of Darkness videos I said I liked them even though it doesn't do anything new. It does do new stuff, I'd just forgotten. So it's kind of a shame that they maybe just didn't take a break. And my understanding is, and I'm not sure how reliable my knowledge is, but my understanding is they wanted to take a break, and Eidos was basically saying to them, "Nah, you've got a big hit, keep making them." And then of course they wanted to stop after The Last Revelation, and then Eidos was like, "Nah, you've got a big hit, keep making them." But you know, maybe if they'd just been allowed to take a bit of a break and take a bit of a breather, and then just, you know, but you know, what can you do? So that is the end of Tomb Raider Chronicles, and yeah, I would say I'm not as hateful of the game as I was before. It was enjoyable enough. It's enjoyable enough as a distraction. But that's all it is a distraction. You know, if you want a great PlayStation 1 era Tomb Raider experience, play Tomb Raider 2 or The Last Revelation. Just I really want to play the expansion for Tomb Raider 3, although I'm actually led to believe it's more like its own little separate game rather than a strict expansion pack. But if I'm gonna do that, I think it would make logical sense to play Tomb Raider 3 first. So no promises, because I would actually love to go on to Tomb Raider 4. It would be nice to play a Tomb Raider game that I actually actively enjoy. But I think it might be Tomb Raider 3 next. And if anybody follows me on Twitter, you might remember me bitching about the game last summer, because I replayed it for the first time in years last summer, and holy fucking shit, that game is terrible. It really is. I don't understand, because Tomb Raider 3 is actually one of the games that people keep saying to me, "Are you going to play Tomb Raider 3? Are you going to play Tomb Raider 3? I don't understand why people like it. No, actually, I can, because Tomb Raider 3 was a step up in terms of graphics. Tomb Raider 3 looks fantastic in comparison to the two games that came before it. It's very atmospheric, much like Chronicles. It does nail the atmosphere, but oh fuck me, the actual gameplay. I would honestly put Tomb Raider 3 lower down the list than Angel of Darkness. And yes, for people who keep asking, we'll get to Angel of Darkness eventually as well. So if you've made it this far, thank you for watching. I certainly do appreciate it, and we will probably see you next time in Tomb Raider 3.